Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday Groove Day. I hope you are all doing well and that you had a good week. It's been a rough week for me, I have to say. It's been a very long week. Wasn't feeling well, but now I'm kind of getting it together slowly but surely, slowly but surely. So I'm just going to wait here, see who hops on before we dive in. I'm going to grab my coffee and sip while we wait. So if you happen to be watching the replay, just grab yourself a nice little beverage, get comfy, cozy. Hello, K Travel to Row. Good morning. You made it. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Hey, beautiful, right back at you. I hope you're having a good week. Yes, please do. Grab your coffee. I'm going to let mine cool off for a second, and then we'll get ready to dive in and wait for a couple other people to hop on. Yes, yay. I know I didn't do my notice or my set this up until late last night. So I'm sure some people are wondering if I'm actually going on today. So we'll see what happens. If not, then we'll just have a real cozy session here. Oh, that's good. I needed that. As I was saying before, this week has been a rough week. I wasn't feeling well, and I tell you, when you don't feel good and you're trying to get everything done that you're trying to do, it's just a lot. So today I have to say, today I have to say is the first day that I started feeling a little bit better. So, and it's also the second day of Mercury retrograde. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Hello, Samantha. Hello. Happy Friday to you. I hope you are well. Grab your cup of coffee or tea, whatever your bev of choice is, and get comfortable. And we're going to see what messages Spirit has for us today. I need a lot of coffee. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and dive in. And I'm sure we'll get a few more to hop on as we get going. All right. Yes. Perseverance. I feel like that's been my word of the year. Been pushing through a lot this year. We also have integrity. And I think we all need a little bit of this right now, humor. So let's pull some cards on these words and let's see what messages we get. Oh, it's 1:30 there. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. You're 5 hours ahead. Where are you located, Samantha, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, AM, AM. Okay, so you're 5 hours. Are you by chance in Hawaii? I know Hawaii's 5 hours behind me. Hey, Jay, how are you? Happy Friday, little bro. How's it going? How you been? Oh, you're in Australia, down under. Well, welcome. Gosh, thank you. I feel so honored that you are up at that time. We have look forward. So, okay, I'm getting my times all mixed up in my head. Yeah, Hawaii, that wouldn't be 5 hours behind, 1:30 a.m. So you're ahead of us, like almost a day ahead of us. Is that giving me time to think and reflect and do videos? That's awesome. Oh, wait. Oh, but you broke your kneecap. Oh my gosh, that's not awesome. Okay, I'm so sorry. How the heck did you do that? Ouchie. Oh, well, yeah, if anything, that's going to make you keep still for a minute, huh? Okay, so yes, you are a day ahead. The math's not mathing this morning. It's too early and it's Friday. Okay, we have speak up. And refine your attention. Okay, so the first thing that I heard was, don't let anyone get in your way. Like, stay on your path. Don't get distracted. Persevere, right? Moving through what you need to move through, looking forward, right? Not looking back. Don't look in the past. The past is in the past. We can't unfortunately change it, but we can learn from it. So allow yourself to move forward in your integrity. Speak up for what you believe in. Speak up in your truth, right? Being in your truth. And don't take everything so serious. Like, we got to lighten up a little bit. Things are hard enough. So find ways to bring humor, some light, some fun energy into your life. You got to refine your intention to make things a little easier on yourself. So that's that message out the gate. I like that. So yes, take good care of yourself and stay on your path. Hey, Katie, good morning. Happy Friday. Funny enough, I was taking care of Whimsy's cat and I slipped. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Wishing you a speeding recovery. Oh my goodness, sending you some healing light as well. Oh, funny enough. Okay. Being in a wheelchair makes you very, very grateful. Indeed, indeed. Did they say how long is your recovery time? I hope it's not too long. And that, I would imagine you would have to go to physical therapy as well. Gina, hello. How are you? Happy Friday to you. Good to see you. These are the words that we are working with right now. I'm going to put them here. Actually, I'll put it here. It is perseverance. Make sure I spelled that right. Integrity and humor. Oh, come on, keyboard. My computer has been acting up and the keyboard not wanting to work. Oh, guess I got to do that. There we go. Absolutely. And everyone, please, all my light workers out there, let's send Kay some healing light for her injury, her kneecap. So she's in a wheelchair right now, and we definitely want to send her some much needed healing. Sylvia, hello. Happy Friday. Welcome, welcome. Yes, Katie, it is Mercury retrograde. Welcome. Listen, whenever I have to do major things in Mercury retrograde, I just ask Spirit to guide me and just to help me to align with the energies, especially along the lines of communication, because it can be tricky, right, during this time. So, but sometimes some things just have to be done. And, they say try not to do anything major during Mercury retrograde, but sometimes we can't get around that. So That's kind of how I work with it. And Gina, what's going on here, guys? Oh my gosh. Okay, and we need to send some healing light to Gina as well. Oh, you poor thing. I'm so sorry. Jeez. I guess you might as well add me to the club. I don't know if it's a sprained ankle or not. I actually think I have arthritis in my ankle. So it's been bothering me for about a month. Not that, I can walk on it, but it just gets really achy and sometimes it hurts a little bit. So eventually I'm going to be making my way to go get that checked out. Okay, let's see what other messages we get around perseverance, integrity, and humor. Yeah, I know. The bones get a little more fragile the older that we get. Don't bounce back as quickly as we used to. All right, we have the bear, boundaries. Stand your ground. We have the raccoon, resourcefulness. You have all the resources you need. I just heard Spirit say everything you need is within you, but you got to believe it. And we have the fox, adaptability. Adapt to the changes that are happening. Isn't that the truth? Okay, again, so with perseverance, whatever obstacles or challenges that you're experiencing, you want to allow yourself to set up those boundaries for yourself, right? As the first message said about us staying on our path, it's important to have boundaries. Okay, stand your ground. Don't let anyone come in and knock you off. Like the first message said, look forward, don't look back. We look back to learn the lessons, but we look forward to move into the place that we want to go. All right, setting those intentions and taking the action steps towards those. Always being in integrity and also being resourceful. Like that first message that came through, Spirit says everything that you have is within you. Right? It's about you trusting yourself, trusting the decisions that you make, trusting the messages that you receive. Right? Sometimes as intuitives, we have a tendency to question ourselves. So we get the messages for a reason. So learn to trust yourself more. Right? The resources, you have all the resources that you need. And then find that humor, bringing in that light, right? Because sometimes the serious situations or the heavy situations they become really heavy. So finding the humor, finding the light, adapting to the changes, right? That's one way that you can learn to adapt. Look at the humor in it, the silver lining. So you want to have that adaptability. Be like the fox. Foxes are real stealth-like, and it's like, okay, this happened, so find something funny about it, and then, okay, now we're going to take a different direction. But all the while, you're staying on your path and obtaining the resources within yourself. So that's that message. Yeah, adjust to the changes. Oh no, and look, I think if we all put ourselves together, we wouldn't be a real hot mess. Poor now, Katie has her hip, so we'll sending some light to Katie's hip. Oh my goodness. Don't the answers usually come from the source of the question? That's how it was in school when I was a kid. Inside yourself, when you have the questions, it's where it came from. Yes. Yes, indeed. All right, I'm going to pull one more on these words, and then we'll pick some new words and see what messages come from those. We have magic. alchemy, and we have endurance, the rock. Oh, come on, cards. And we have the solidity, inner core. I love this card. It's like coming together for the sake of peace. All right, so believing in the magic, trusting your magic, trusting the synchronicities, the messages from spirit that you receive. These are the things that help us to persevere when we allow ourselves to see the magic. It just all comes together in like this beautiful flowing type of way. And the more I've learned to trust myself, to trust the messages, to trust the process, the more I see magic happening. And it's really special. And, we're the ones that have the tendency to get in our own way. We get in our heads about things, we stress, we worry, we get, really upset about stuff, as opposed to really trusting that process. Stop creating all that resistance and allow ourselves to be more in flow. And it's not easy. Let me tell you, I have been tested, I don't know how many times since the beginning of this year. I think 2025 for me is the year of just learning to let go and trust. And the lessons have been hard and intense, but I am grateful for them. I'm truly grateful. So again, being in your integrity, we have the rock, right? That kind of like that bear from the previous reading of standing your ground, being rooted and grounded, and allowing yourself to, once we get ourselves grounded, that's where the growth comes, right? We then can just grow and allow you to see the green coming out of that little rock there, because it's nice, it's solid. The foundation is solid. So when we get that foundation feeling good, then we can start allowing ourselves to really opening up to the magic. And of course, again, bringing in that humor. And look at how we open up here, the inner core, right? When we begin to trust that process, it's like everything's in flow. You see the bird coming out, you feel peaceful, you feel calm, like this sense of coming together. So everything coming together. So that's the message for those words. So keep that in mind. Good morning, Fatima. How are you? Happy Friday. Hey, Pat. Hello. Yes, I love that. Magic vibes coming my way. Yes, coming everyone's way. I feel it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to pick some new words here and let's see what other messages we get. Let's put these back. We got this word last week. I remember community. I thought I wanted to come out and it said nope. We have wellness. So community, wellness, and celebrate good times. Come on, celebration. Yes. We're going to celebrate good times. Come on. All right. So we have community. Oh, I'm putting it in the wrong spot. So community, wellness, and celebration. Yeah, that looks right. Come on. Enter. Oh, you got to be patient with old computers. Okay. So those are our words. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's all right. Okay. Let's use. These are calling me here. My Mooney cards. We have the first quarter moon in Cancer. Push through any insecurities. That's that perseverance coming up. We have the last quarter moon in Capricorn. Leave the past behind. Well, Spirit's really emphasizing the words that we just did. And we have the first quarter moon in Virgo. Assess the situation. Okay. So I love the fact that the word community came back out again, because last week we talked a lot about community, especially in these times. I think that's one thing a lot of people are finding the importance of rebuilding community. I think, unfortunately, for the most part, we've gotten away from community. And so it's important for everyone to come together to help each other and to lift each other up. And this is the time for light workers. This is the time that we really need to be using our voices and speaking up and helping others, because there's a lot of change happening, and it's heavy and it's coming at us really fast. So it's important. And with that community, it's like pushing through, especially as in this is a message for light workers, okay? Push through any insecurities that you have about yourself or your abilities. It's time to show up. It's time to be there for others, and helping everyone with their well-being, right? Because people are suffering right now. There's a lot of people suffering. So whatever that you've dealt with, with those insecurities or trust issues with yourself or others, whatever the case may be, it's in the past. Leave it in the past. Okay, leave it behind you. It's time to really celebrate our natural gifts and to bring those to the forefront, right? But of course, in moving into any situation, you always want to assess the situation. Spirit is like, make sure that you use that discernment, but also they're saying, it's the light. It's time to shine the light. It's to really be in that space of helping people. And it could be one person, it doesn't have to be a ton of people, but it's like that rippling effect. One little thing that you do and that person may do for someone else, and it just keeps rippling. And I think that's what we need in this world right now. It's just one really big ripple that's going to go across the world. So, don't be afraid to shine your light. So that's that message. Exactly, Katie. Set strong boundaries and you are protected. And you've been getting a lot of message about leaving the past in the past and shutting the door. Absolutely. I know my daughter had a situation, and she was really upset about it, and just kind of, we can beat ourselves up in so many different ways. And sometimes just repeating the thing that you did over and over again. Oh, I wish I didn't do blah, blah, blah. I wish I did. I wish I didn't. I wish. That's another form of beating yourself up. And finally, I had to say to her, I said, you get the lesson. You understand. So now we're not going to keep talking about it, because You've learned from it. Now you're going to take that learning and move it into the future. But when you keep repeating that same pattern over and over again, you're holding yourself in the past. So be mindful of what you're saying to yourself and how you're doing it, and look at, what did I learn from this? Now, how do I move forward so I don't repeat that lesson over again? Because when we don't learn the lesson, guess what? You will be stuck in that spiral and be stuck in the past, repeating that same lesson over and over again. So that's really important to keep in mind. If I had only said exactly. Yes, thank you, Gina. Yeah, it's because I know I've done it too. Oh, man, I wish I would have done this, and I should have done this, and I had a big one myself where I should have done something and I didn't. So now I'm like, okay, it's done. I know there's going to be some consequences because of that, but I'll reach that when I get to it, and trusting that spirit will help me work it out. So it's that trusting part. All right, let's see what other words we get. Community, wellness, and celebration. We have endurance. We have cleanse. And we have balance. I love the word balance. Okay. Endurance. The beautiful thing about having community, right? They help keep you going, to build that endurance when you're feeling down, or maybe there's a load that you can't carry. You know what song that I just rung in my head? Lean on Me. You know, if there's the lyrics, there's one part of the lyrics that says something like, I've been trying to learn the lyrics for, it's what's crazy to me. In my 20s, I swear I knew all the lyrics to all the songs. It's like now when I try to learn lyrics to songs, I'm like, what was that one? I don't know. I can't remember. So anyhow, this is one of the songs that I've been trying to learn, and I keep forgetting the lyrics. But there's one of the lyrics that says something, if you have a load that's too heavy to carry, kind of like, let me know. I will help you, or I'm starting to make them up now. I'm not sure, but you get the idea of what it's saying. So that's the concept of community, right? When things get too heavy or it's too much, community will help you carry that out. That heavy load can help lift some of that for you. So this is why it's important to surround yourself with the right people that can help you carry that load, right? It's also good for our wellness, our mental well-being, releasing and cleansing what's not, that from that heaviness. We got to release that stuff so we're not carrying that load all the time. And then celebrate that the balance. It's like community helps us to bring in that balance for ourselves as well. You don't have to do it all alone. And having that balance it's golden. It's really wonderful to have. So make sure that you have the right people around you that can help you when times get rough or they get too hard. So that is that message. Why, hello, Tamitha the Mystic. I love your name. Welcome. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Your wellness will come from celebration with the community. Yes. As my daughter does now, when you say something she likes, she's like, I'm like, okay, right back at you. Cracks me up. You're hot. Okay. Are we talking hot as in like sweaty, boiling up, or are we talking about you are hot? I'm sure it's both. I know it's very warm over here too. You can see my hair blowing a little bit. I have a fan blowing directly on me, and drinking coffee doesn't make it any easier. Okay, I'm going to do one more with these words, and then we'll pick another set of words. Um, Sweaty menopause. Take them later. I know you're hot, girl, so we're taking the later. And I feel you on the whole menopause thing. That's why I have a fan blowing in my face right now. Yeah. I have to say, menopause is not sexy. I try to find the sexiness in it. It is just not. There's this woman on Instagram. She is hilarious. She calls herself, she's like, it's the Menopause Club. And she goes through these readings of what we're not going to do, or basically like tolerate or whatever. And some of the stuff, and she gets it from the comments, from people in the comments. So all these menopausal women are just sounding off on like what we're not going to deal with. And some of them are hysterical, and I just love it. And she comes on and she has like 5 pair of glasses, one here, and she's got all her stuff. And she's just like, yeah, we don't care. We just don't care. So I wish I can think of her name so that I can tell you guys to look for her, because she's really hysterical. Oh, the mood swings. I'm lucky that no one's around me to have to tolerate that too much. Reverse. That's exactly what it is, Gina. Reverse puberty. Yes. Oh, Katie's been through her menopause. She's done. Oh, Tamitha, you know who I'm talking about. Yes. Isn't she funny? She is so funny. It just makes my day. And, I mean, not that you want everyone to be miserable, but it's just kind of nice that you're not the only one going through the ickies. There's definitely a woman's club for this, a community. Ooh, okay, we have diligence, opportunity, and change. Change. Okay. Yeah, when it comes to community, we spoke on this. It's about doing your due diligence, making sure that you build the right people around you. Because there are some people that may have secretly, they may not like the intention of being jealous or being acting a certain way, but it just comes out sometimes. So you want to be careful of that. Also being careful of energy vampires, people that just completely drain your energy. And I've had a few of those in my life that I had to let go of. So being mindful of the people that you have and surround yourself with. There's plenty of opportunity when it comes to your wellness. Again, that community building you up, that's part of your wellness. That helps you to feel good, helps you to persevere, and to help you celebrate as well, right? As you go through the different types of changes that you're experiencing or going through. It's just wonderful. It's wonderful to have that community. I know I have to say, without my community and without all of you as well, it really does help lift my spirits up, helps me to feel good. And I'm just so grateful. I'm truly, truly grateful for all of you and for my other community members. So that's that message. Fatima's all over her menopause stuff too. So I applaud you. It's awesome. Yes, Gina, exactly. right? Because when our parents, were going, like, that's stuff that you didn't talk about. You didn't talk about at all. I have to give it up. I really do feel like it was the millennials that brought out all these topics and was like, we're not going to stay in the dark about it. We're going to talk about whatever's going on. Like, I've never heard like such candid conversations about women's issues or our bodies, and all that stuff was like, you got to keep it to yourself. We can't go out talking about those kind of, oh no, we can't talk about that. So it's very liberating. It's very liberating to talk about the things that are going on, and to know that other women are experiencing different things, and we can all talk and share, right? That's the thing. Like, again, it's another community moment. Let's talk about this. What's happening. What can we do about it? What have you tried, or what should we do differently? And this is the kind of things that really are helpful. So we shouldn't be quiet. We need to talk about these things. Ziggy B, hello, happy Friday to you. 60 days. Wow, Katie. Hey, Jaconda. Greetings and salutations to you as well, beautiful. Hope you are doing well. Happy Friday. Okay. Oops. Let's get some new words. Let's see what we get. Okay, we have risk. Oops. Groups of cards wanting to fly out. Communication, so risk, communication. And knowledge. Okay, let me write those down. Okay, so we have risk, communication, and knowledge. There we go. Alrighty dighty. Going back to community, look at that, the power of support. I am grateful for all the love and support I receive. It is the most precious of life's gifts. Indeed it is. Well, I got 3 more cards, so I'm going to take them. We have quiet nourishes me. Quiet nourishes me. It connects me to the power of now. Being in the present, because the present is all that we have. Surrendering. I honor the truth and surrender as it opens me to the gifts of divine grace. Remember earlier we were talking about letting go of that resistance and being in flow. So yes, surrendering. And then the power of self-talk. When my self-talk is kinder, I am empowered in my capability to pursue my dreams and believe in myself. That trusting process, right? We talked about that too. learning to trust ourselves more, trusting the process. And for some, that feels like a risk, right? It always feels like a risk sometimes, especially when we're starting something new or doing something different out of our comfort zone, right? But that's where that community comes in, the power of that support. It's important, again, of finding the right people to surround yourself, communicating to others your boundaries, standing your ground, right, that we got earlier. Being able to set up those boundaries to clearly define and to speak it to others, allowing yourself to nourish yourself in a way. Um, there was a meme or something that I saw that, about protecting your peace. Protect your peace at all costs. And that's, I had a friend laugh at me one day because I had went back east to visit family. And an old high school friend called me up and said, "Hey, a whole bunch of people were, going to get together. You want to come?" And I said, "Well, who's going to be there?" And he thought that was the funniest thing. He was like, "Oh my gosh, you're so funny." I was like, "No, I'm protecting my peace. I need to know who's going to be there because I want to know who I'm surrounding myself with. If there's someone that's completely out of alignment, I don't want to be in that space." So luckily, they were all beautiful souls. I knew who the people were, so it was fine. But I'm about protecting my peace, especially like once you get over 50, you're just like, and for some of 40s too, you're very strong about what your boundaries are and what you will and will not tolerate. So yeah, the quiet nourishes me. You got to allow yourself to protect yourself and to take care of yourself. Having the knowledge of what that is, what does that look like for you? And then allowing yourself to be in that flow, right? Surrendering, not creating resistance or friction, and be mindful of what you say. Remember, we had just said it earlier. When the lessons come, you don't want to keep yourself in the past and constantly, I wish I could have, I should have done this and that. That's self talk. That's self talk. So be mindful of what you say to yourself and how you say it. We want to be in the present, being in the present moment, allowing ourselves to set ourselves up for the future. What do we would like that to look like, and setting the intentions, taking those action steps, but yet surrendering, trusting in the process. It may not come out exactly the way that you think it should, but when you trust and open yourself that you're going to get from point A to B, you don't know all the ins and outs of the how, you just know you're going to get there. And that's what we have to trust. Okay? So that's that message. Katie says, "I've been fighting getting triggered by what other people say, and I have made a boundary with myself to just tell them I'm sorry and nothing more." Don't have to explain every little thing. You really don't. Pat says, "Sometimes when the now is too awful, our angels transport us, the faculty of imagination to protect." Yes. Yes. Call on your spiritual team. Ask for that guidance and that help. Um, being in communication is really important. Okay. Time, we're good. Let's do another one on these words. There they are. Spirit really wants us to have a sense of humor, to really bring that out. And this says, "I choose to focus on the lighter side of life." Yes, yes. Failure. I understand. Whoops. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. What has all these messages been about today? Learning the lessons, right? Failure is not a bad thing. There's some gems in failure. And change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So again, sometimes those risks, the risks that we take in life, it feels like a lot. It feels like a lot, but it's about trusting, finding the lighter side of life in that risk. Bring some humor to it, right? Communicating your needs and in communicating to yourself, right? The lessons. Learn those lessons. Don't keep beating yourself up over and over again. Take the knowledge of what you learned so you can apply it to the future and move through as you deal with the changes that you're experiencing. So allow those changes to happen and for you to really understand that without the movement, there is no change. So we have to have that movement going, but we want to trust in that and surrender to all the worrying and stress and the fears and all of that. Have to learn how to let it go. And I have never known how much stress that I have carried. And I tell you, when you're really going through a stressful time or you're worried about something, the one thing that has really helped me is finding like some anxiety meditations or stress meditations, or listening to binaural beats, putting those on some headphones to really just allow to calm down the nervous system, and breathing techniques. I've been doing a lot of breathing techniques. So these are just a few things that you can do. You can go get a massage or have some Reiki done. There's just a lot of different things that you can do for yourself, but you have to learn how to manage that because if you don't, it will take you out. And we don't want that, or do we need it? Definitely don't need that. So, yes, blessings come from unexpected sources and resources. Absolutely. Pat says the Monty Python song, always look on the bright side of life. Yes, yes. Jaganda says, have you been peeping in on my life right now or what? Girl, I think everybody's going through it. We are all going through it. Hey, Flowing. Hi. Everyone continue to send Flowing some healing vibes as well. She's doing good and improving, and I'm so, so happy. Yay. Okay. I'm going to pull one more for these set of words and then move on to the message for the weekend. And I forgot to mention earlier, if you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that thumbs up, please, and thank you. Always forget to do that. Sometimes. Yep, got 2 cards here. We have miracles. Patience. Oh, patience. Yeah. And gentleness. Yes. When we take the risks, we must trust and believe in the miracles that will align with it. There's so many little miracles that are happening all the time. And sometimes we get so deep in our own worries and stress and our fears that we miss them. We don't see it. So when we allow ourselves to surrender, no matter how hard it is, how difficult it may feel, when we're in that flow, you just start to see things opening up. Just like we got magic before, now we have miracles, right? Communicating your needs, whether that's to your community, your spiritual team. Help me through this. Help me to get to the other side, or help me to see the lightness, the lighter things of this. There's this exercise that you can do. It's called allowing yourself up to your more higher awareness. If you look straight and allow your peripheral vision to open up, things things get lighter. So quickly, let's do this. Think of a problem that you have right now. I want you to think of something that's been troubling you or might be upsetting you. And once you have it, I want you to look forward and just very so gently, softly open up your gaze. Open it up. And go as far as you can go. Maybe you can see both walls. I can see both sides of my walls here just by looking forward. And see if you can access that problem. You might be able to know what it is, but you can feel the lightness. It doesn't feel as heavy. Let me know if that happened for you. Just go ahead and put that in the chat. But this is kind of like an exercise that's really good to help you open you up more, to be able to release some of that heaviness, right? And when we're going through things, it's about learning about that patience, having patience with yourself, having patience with the process. And it is not easy, but it can be done, right? Having the knowledge of things that you can do for yourself to help you through these times, and being gentle with yourself, treating yourself with tenderness and kindness. Giving yourself a hug. When was the last time you gave yourself a hug? I know it's been a minute for me. Give yourself a hug. Just give yourself a hug. And, self-soothe. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. So, remember this weekend, treat yourself with some gentleness. Have some patience with yourself and the process. And be open to the magic, the miracles. Okay, so that's that message. All right. I am going to give you your message for the weekend. I think I'm going to pull one of the goddess cards. Did anyone try that exercise? Let me know if you tried the exercise and if it helped you. And if you want to try it at a later time, that's fine. But I do suggest you try it. Okay. Your message to take into the weekend. Okay, good. Jaconda says that it helped. Awesome. Happy to hear that. It's really stiff. Okay, whoa. Okay. Whoever this is really wants to give us a message. Demeter, feelings and emotions. Let's see what she has to say. Let me take this down. Exactly. That's exactly what it does. Perfectly said. Defocus you enough to relax. Yes. All right, let's see what Demeter has to say. Of course, I didn't bring my glasses over, but that's okay. Go and work it through. Demeter is the doorway of the mysterious feminine. She was a Greek goddess. So Demeter has come to light your way through the dark and challenging labyrinth of feelings and emotions. It is time to nurture wholeness by accepting, acknowledging, and expressing your feelings. Feelings are what you feel. Emotions are your reaction to your feelings. Feelings left unexpressed build up and can create disease, for they take up space inside and keep healthy energy from flowing. This is why we don't want to deal with the stress, the worrying, and all of that. Perhaps as a child, your feelings and you weren't heard. Therefore, you needed to give them more energy in order to get a sort of response. Perhaps you fear your emotions and or feelings will render you too vulnerable, overwhelm you, or take you to places from which you won't be able to return. Demeter says that the more you learn to accept and acknowledge your feelings, the less time you will spend in emotional turmoil, the less you will spend in emotional turmoil, and the more energy you will have to live life. I'm struggling with seeing these words here. The more you learn to accept and honor your feelings, the safer it will become to express them. So yes, don't keep that bottled in. If you have someone that's really safe and close, share with them, share your feelings, get them out, explore them, sit with them, meditate on them. The more you learn to allow yourself to be in that vulnerable space, to allow them to process and move through them, you'll begin to start to feel better. So, oh my goodness, Secrets of the Red, how are you? How have you been? I haven't seen you in a long time. Dean, I hope you're doing good. Oh my goodness, what a lovely surprise. Really good to see you. All right. So that was the message for the weekend. Remember, everyone, take care of yourself. Don't allow things to fester. Okay. You got to get that energy flowing. So be good to yourself. And I'm so glad that everything's doing well with you, Dean. That's awesome. Good to see you. All right, beautiful souls, have a fantastic, fantastic weekend. And I will see you next Friday. All right. Be well.